motherfucker, you gonna update that shit. I'm in Pittsburgh with a lot of hoes. Young nigga with a bankroll. Lil Durk 88 on Twitter. Junior Durk on Twitter. Yeah. Cartoons was the last shit on my mind. I was chasing folks. Wash your ass. Brocos get nothing.
Yo, I'm in Pittsburgh with a lot of hoes. Young nigga with a bankroll. This is the Ignant Agenda. I'm your boy, way more fly than you. One you on Instagram, way more fly than you. Two U's on Twitter. Your baby mama's favorite single father. To my left, big black nigga with the bald head.
What's good? Lil Durk 88 on Twitter. Junior Durk _88 on IG.
What's going on, my brother?
House hunting.
That's always not fun.
Except when it work in your favor.
Yeah, I think, we talked about it earlier, so that's y'all got some potential.
Yeah.
That process always, when you get to the part where you ready to put in an offer and you like, hell yeah, you done already moved in the crib in your head.
That's what Sierra do every time. Okay, we gonna put the couch here.
Yeah,
we gonna put the TV here. Like, well, first of all, this ain't even our shit yet.
It's not our shit at all. We got man key.
You're right.
You move in your head, you know what I'm saying? And you start putting up shit, start figuring out how you gonna have shit laid out. And then you put in your offer, then another motherfucker come through with straight cash and bid you out. Then you gotta start all the fuck over. That shit is nerve-wracking and aggravating, but I'm glad y'all. I think y'all almost there, man. Y'all at the finish line, damn near. So
y'all pray for us.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Everything good with you?
Yeah, man. Shout out to the sponsors, Marley Juice at MALLY Juice on Instagram. We got the pink one and the darker pink one. I don't know the colors. I don't know the flavors. Them shits is good. Grab you one. They got 16 ounce and 32 ounce. Shout out to Marley Juice on Instagram. I gave Bay one. She tasted it. She said it was a little sweet, but then she put the shit in the freezer. Mm-hmm. I don't know if any of y'all ever tried this, but she put it in the freezer for about a good maybe 15 minutes. Let it get real icy. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily frozen, but ice chips in it, like a slushie almost, and then drink it. And that shit was fire. I did it today.
All right, bet.
Shit was fire.
I got these are 32 ounce, right?
These are 32s.
Put the big boy in the shit.
We got the 16s. But just hit them up, man. Marley Juice on Instagram, man. Shout out to them boys. They always lacing us with products, and it's a good product. We stand by good products, and we fuck with shit that we actually use and drink. So, You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Outside of that, man, yeah, I'm good. Learning a lot of shit about credit. A lot more shit about credit this week. I got introduced to a website called Identity IQ, and I want everybody to log on and use this. Now, don't be alarmed by the price. Do what I did. It's $29.99 per month for the actual monitoring. If you want to continue the service, it's cool. But if you pay $1, you can get the service for free for 7 days, and you'll be able to download your credit report, all your credit scores, all of that. And they give you a real in-depth look at your credit. Everything that's reported on your credit from all 3 credit bureaus is dope. I need to cancel my shit before they charge me $30. I think I got 2 more days. So I'm trying to ride that shit out. I'm finna do that tonight, right? But yeah, man, Identity IQ. This is not an ad. I'm just passing on information for people that's like y'all trying to, find a crib.
Right.
You get 2 free credit reports every year. Hopefully everybody knows that. Don't waste your time with freecreditreport.com. Don't waste your time with mycreditreport.com. All that other bullshit, leave it alone. IdentityIQ.com. They are dope. Absolutely, man. So check them out.
Do you ever get nervous when people talk about credit or taxes or just anything that's involving finances?
I am insecure about taxes because I'm not as familiar with taxes as I am with real estate, credit. Mm-hmm. But it's you fear what you don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think, yeah.
So the more you read, because I went through the housing buying process, the housing selling process, I got introduced to credit. I got introduced to debt to income ratio. I got introduced to all these other terms that we use. So when it came up again, I was comfortable. Like, oh, okay, I heard this before. I know what that is.
Right.
Man, when I hear tax credit and you know what I'm saying, all this other stuff, I know how taxes work, but it's a whole nother language. Just like I explained yesterday. Well, no, it was earlier today. A girl asked a question about she was like, oh, is it a apartment? I think the price of the apartment was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom for $1,450.
Hell.
And she said that initially that was my response. And she said, is that a good price? First question I asked was, what's the square footage? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people not gonna ask that because a lot of people don't know to ask that.
Or they don't give a fuck.
Right. But your square footage, if you take your square footage, you take the lease amount, rent amount, or mortgage amount, or whatever, and you divide that by the square footage, it's gonna give you a number. It's gonna be a one, hopefully a one. A number in front of the decimal, and then of course numbers behind the decimal. But a good rate to pay for per square footage is like $1.50. You know what I'm saying? So if you do that, so if you take the amount of the rent or the mortgage or whatever it is, and you divide it by your square footage, so take $1,450 divided by 524. That's what she said. So it's a 524 square foot apartment, and I was like, shit, that's small. Hell no, that's not a good rate to me.
Right.
To me, you should be paying no more than $1.50 per square foot. So at 14 something, or you should at least get 1,000 square feet. You should at least.
Damn, her bathroom and her kitchen sink.
Nigga. And then she showed the floor plan, which was cool. I said the only reason why I'm okay with the floor plan is because you got a patio on the outside, which they not included in the square foot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's cool, but it probably wouldn't be for me. Then she showed the pictures. I was like, oh, it's nice. And I can see why they charging $1,450 because the cabinets were straight. It was stainless steel refrigerator. The appliances was okay. They weren't upgraded like everybody said, like stainless steel and all that. It was a stainless steel refrigerator, but not the rest of the shit. And the cabinets were straight. They was like a cherry wood, dark cherry, you know what I'm saying? Not white or not that glass wood, that light wood. I hate that shit, boy. Oh, I hate that light wood color.
So we looked at the crib today. I was like, the first thing, the cabinets got to go. Gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Right.
Like, it's that light wood color. Like I prefer like that a darker color. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, for some reason I need the granite, and then I need the dark cabinets, because I feel like that what makes especially like your kitchen and your bathroom pop. Yeah.
So man, y'all get in tune with your credit score, get in tune with your credit. It's a whole bunch of shit on your credit you probably don't know about. Credit bureaus reporting wrong, you know what I'm saying, inaccurate information. It's an address on there I ain't never lived at. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what the address is, but I never lived there. So I'm just going through that process of cleaning up my credit, man, because, you know, trying to do some things out here. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, be mindful of that for those who are interested, of course. And then what y'all doing, too, you know, it's good to look at your credit score, credit report, too, just to see where you stand, because it be a whole bunch of shit on there, bro, that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like companies that failed to report that you was paying on time, all kind of shit. And if you dispute it, every credit bureau, they have 30 days to respond to you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, or remove it. And you just got to ask the right questions. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask, what is this? Ask for proof. Right. Like if it's something that's showing up on your credit report, tell them to provide you proof. If they can't provide you proof, then they have to remove it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't got to pay nobody to clean up your credit. All these credit gurus, and I know a few of them. It's no diss to y'all, but this is information that we got to start teaching ourselves. Don't pay nobody for that, because you're not gonna learn that way. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't doing nothing that you can't do.
Right.
You know, they not doing nothing you can't do. The letters that they write to the credit bureaus on our behalf, you could Google them shits.
Sierra mom said the same thing. She was like, when we first started the process, you know, she was like, in order to fix, you know, whatever that may be damaging, like, you can do it yourself.
Yep.
And within a year, like, we've seen tremendous change.
All of that.
Like, just simple letters, like, you know, some of us are authorized users on our parents' credit card.
Yep.
Just write a letter, hey, remove me from this. Your credit score jump up.
Yep.
Because it's not like you're using you just you know, able to use it.
Right.
Get off that. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the first things I did. And I didn't even realize I was on a card that I haven't used in like years.
See?
And it would just so happen, oh yeah, just take this off and because with my loan officers, they see your credit score, Then they see what your credit score can actually be. Mm-hmm. And like if you just make minor changes or you pay like a little extra on your Capital One or American Express, then your credit score can be this.
Yep.
And that's all it really is. Like just sit back, listening, like you said, learning stuff I had no idea. Like I used to be afraid because my shit was going through a separation shit. You'd be fucked up. Mm-hmm. And I started paying shit off. You know how your credit score getting a little decent when they start sending you shit in the mail.
Yeah, they do. I get it in the mail all the time.
So
but I'm disregarding them because I don't really want credit cards right now. I want to continue to build. That way, when I finally do go, because I'm aiming for that F pace.
Yeah, that's
what I want, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's the next car I'm getting. Whether I'm gonna buy it or I'm gonna lease it, I want a Jaguar F pace. But you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. But also, what you can do, too, to help your credit score, a lot of people don't know this, you can self-report I think it's called self-report, but you can self-report your light bill, phone bill, water bill. It's a way to do that. I know through Chase. With Chase, you can do it straight through the app. I don't know about other banks or whatever, but all you have to do is set up e-billing through your bill pay with Chase, and then when the bills come straight to Chase, if you pay it through bill pay, they report that to the credit bureau. So I done set up all three. I set up my mortgage like that. I set up my light bill and my phone bill with AT&T. So every month when I start paying my phone bill, light bill, and all of that is going to the credit bureau, and that will be reported as credit history.
Right.
Credit history helps with your credit score because it shows that you can pay your bills on time, can pay creditors on time, and that shows credit worthiness is what one of the factors that they weigh in, determining your credit score. So it's a lot of little odds and ends. Trust me, I'm not a credit guru.
Hell no.
All of this information that I'm giving y'all, it comes from years of fucking up. Okay, I'm not an expert, nor do I claim to be. But I know a little bit of information about a little bit of stuff. So, shout out to y'all who trying to repair your credit. If you're in the 7s, keep going. If you're in the 6s, it's okay, bro. This shit, don't beat yourself up because you had a 640 and everybody else hollering at 700 credit score. They probably stay with their mama. It don't even matter if you got a 700 credit score. All that means is they're going to give you more money to borrow.
Right. But also, how do you know them niggas telling the truth?
Right.
Like, that's what I be like. Okay, cool, bro. Like, that's what's up.
Yeah, all it is your credit score is a report card for how much money they going to lend you so you can pay it back.
Right. And so you may get a little extra off. You go buy a car. Mm-hmm. You ain't paying this percent. You paying that percent.
I know what the hoes saying. They saying they want a nigga with good credit. And having good credit is anything over 680. Long as you're at 680, you're straight. Don't be listening to all these people talk about, I got to be in the 800s for what? What are you going to buy?
Right.
What are you going to buy with an 800 credit score? You're going to get a better rate, yes, but the rate is the amount that you're going to borrow that you have to pay back.
Right.
So if you ain't in no hurry to get no loans right now, don't worry about your credit score. Just worry about cleaning up your credit report so whenever it come time for you to make a big purchase like a car or a house, you could walk in there and demand your interest rate. Like if you over a 7, you could walk in any, car dealership and say, you get pre-qualified first, but you say, hey, listen, man, this is what I want to spend. This is my rate. Put me in what I want. Right. And if you can't do that, then I'll go to somebody that can.
And they'll be on their knees.
They will be on their knees begging you to stay.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Kwame Brown. This nigga Kwame Brown. Nigga need a hug.
He really do. He need a hug from his mama. Whoever. First of all, I didn't know that nigga was that fucking country. Like, goddamn, dog. Like, you think you country as fuck.
Yes.
And then the nigga with Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith. Charlamagne the Guy. DJ Envy.
Yep.
Angela
Lee.
You're right. She caught a bullet.
Damn, y'all got some names on y'all mother. Dog, Webb be the funniest nigga in the world, dog. He is. That Breakfast Club interview probably the funniest shit ever.
It's funnier than Big Draco?
It's funnier than that. Every time Webby go on the Breakfast Club, it's classic. Like, every time, especially when he went on there after he had got into that situation, I think with Terrence J and old girl Terrence J and the little red chick. They used to
106 and Park.
106 and Park. And he was saying that the bitch was trying to holler at him. And he was that shit was funny as hell. Kwame Brown. Well, if y'all don't watch All the Smoke podcast, it's a basketball podcast. Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes is, highly acclaimed, award winning, one of the better podcasts out there. If you're into sports podcasts, I watch it very frequently, especially when they got players on there that I am or was a fan of. Recently, Gilbert Arenas was on there. I'm a huge fan of Gilbert Arenas because I like the fact that he say whatever the fuck he want to say, and he don't hold no bars, no filter, no nothing.
That nigga had a gun in the locker room.
Man, and they talked about that shit too. You should hear that story. That shit is funny. But they were on All the Smoke podcast, and they were talking about Gilbert Arenas' trade to Washington, or when he was playing in Washington, and when he was there when Kwame Brown was drafted. Kwame Brown was drafted. This is back in the Michael Jordan era. Of course, Michael Jordan is damn near everybody's idol.
Right.
You get drafted by your idol. You're ecstatic, all this other stuff. But it didn't turn out like that. The issue that I have with this whole scenario is Kwame Brown is super emotional about a joke that was said about him on a podcast. And all they really said was, they said two things. They said, one, they made a joke that he was the best number one draft pick of all time. Everybody laughed on the show, which, I mean, that's still, they're joking on your basketball capability.
Right.
And then they made a joke about you airballing the free throw. That was it. Those were the only two things that they talked about. This nigga made 12 videos in the Toyota Tundra talking about how niggas is disrespectful. Niggas got their name in his name in their mouth. Niggas tearing down black men, the black community, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where did all of this come from, bro? And I could tell the people that were commenting, and one thing people got to stop doing is listening to the media. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to go out and research information for yourself and think for yourself, stay off the internet. Because none of the stuff that everybody was saying actually happened in the interview. Because I went and I watched the whole thing. It's like almost 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So I watched it while I was doing stuff, but I watched it specifically for that part. And then I've noticed other things within the interview that were interesting. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't go down like that. And Kwame Brown blew that whole shit out of proportion.
Nigga was waiting on somebody to steal shine from. I ain't heard Kwame Brown name in a very long time.
Right. And whenever you hear his name, it's tied to you was trash.
Right.
You was a bust. But it's not personal.
It's factual. Like you didn't measure up to being the number one pick.
Correct.
You didn't measure up to, because he played with Kobe, right, for a little while.
A little bit.
Yeah. So like all these things that people like, they hyped you up. So you just got to deal with what comes, bro. You made a lot of money. I'm for a fact I know you made a lot of money.
Right.
But just take what you was as a basketball player in the league. Like now you made it to the league now, but as a league player you were trash. It's okay. It's a trash ass nigga that made a lot of money.
So I just want to read y'all his stats.
Like I saw 6.6 points per game. I don't need no nothing else.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So Kwame Brown played in the league 14 years. He played for Washington. He played for the Lakers. He played for Memphis. He played for Detroit. He played for Charlotte. He played for Golden State. He played for Philadelphia.
God damn.
So you've been on all those teams.
All right.
You played a total of 607 games. In your career, you averaged 6.6 points a game. You averaged 0.9 assists per game. Your field goal average was 49.2, which is terrible. Field goal, that's just, and anything. For those of you who don't know what field goal average is, it's everything, whether it's 3-point or
2 points
under, within the perimeter. You average 57% from the free throw. Terrible. And let me see, they got turnovers on here. They ain't got turnovers. But out of 607 games, that was your, you know what I'm saying? Those were your stats, bro. You came straight out of high school. He went to Glenn Academy in Brunswick, Georgia. You know, he's in the 2001 rookie draft or the rankings, high school players. He was 6th in the country.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Drafted by Washington Wizards, the first number 1 overall pick. You know what I'm saying? Your first game was October 30th, 2001. Your first season, you averaged 4.5 points a game. You played 57 games out of 82 game season. Probably had some injuries or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Free throws. You shot 70% from free throws. Not bad for a big man. You had 0.5 blocks per game. Kwame Brown, you are 6'11". 270 pounds is what they
should be dominating.
I'm just reading the stats. This is all basketball. These are all numbers that you can pull up. I'm reading straight from. If y'all want to quote me, it's basketballreference.com. Very, very credible basketball site. They got football reference too, baseball reference, but I go to basketball reference when I really want to know information. But you know what I'm saying? In the playoffs, let's go. That was a regular season stat. So let's go to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You went to the playoffs out of the 13, 14 years you was in the league. Mm-hmm. You went to the playoffs twice with the Lakers, once with Washington, once with Detroit. I know why you went to the playoffs with the Lakers, because Kobe was there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Dog.
Right. But in the playoffs, you ball. When you play with a nigga that got on your ass, you had 12.9 points per game in the playoffs.
That's Kobe's greatest accomplishment.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we really being real, you know, you shot 71% from free throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kwame Brown, it's okay that you was trash in basketball, bro. If you play organized sports, whether you play baseball, football, basketball, whatever, it's criticism that comes with the game of basketball from players, teammates, opponents, the people in the stands, coaches,
right?
Everybody, especially if you played in high school. Because I know when I was in high school and we played basketball, if you ain't make it in the paper the next morning, you was trash. And all you had to do was score once,
right,
to get in the paper. Like if you had a free throw, you was in the paper. All you needed was a point. You know what I'm saying? To get in the paper. If you weren't in the paper, you were looked at like, man, you ain't did shit. That's just me. And I grew up in the era where it wasn't no internet. It wasn't no
paper, yeah.
Bro, it was the newspaper. Miami Herald. If you wasn't in the Herald, you wasn't shit.
The trash ass. The
That's
trash
it.
ass.
And at
nigga.
the end of the year, what we had in Miami, it's called All Day. Mm-hmm. So in the county, we have classes. So it's 1A, class 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. The class determines how big of a school you went to. It's by population.
It's kind of what they do here.
Right. So 1A, very small school. 6A, which is school that I went to, population over 3 grand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 3,000, 3,500 kids. So that's a pretty big school. You know what I'm saying? It was 581 people in my graduating class.
Yeah, I think I was about 4 something.
Yeah. So we went to a relatively large school. So sports at a relatively large school is a big thing. Mm-hmm. So you've been hearing that you were good all your life, of course, because you was ranked 6th in the country. So you used to hearing, oh, you good, you going to the league, But you get to the league and you was a bust. They talk about Peter Ward the same way. When Peter Ward got to the league, that nigga was God in college at Florida State.
Jamarcus Russell. Like, we can
God.
go down the list of niggas that
Dante Culpepper.
was
God.
supposed to be right.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, tuck your panties in, man. Come on, bro. You was trash. It's okay.
I want you to guess how much that nigga made.
Kwame Brown?
Yeah.
Oh, it's right here.
No, I just want you to. I already know how much he made.
How much he made? His first contract. Let's see. Jordan was paying him though, so it was a rookie deal, so he probably got maybe 4 years, $30 million, something like that.
So his career earnings were over $63 million.
Okay, Kwame Brown.
Nigga, I would shut the fuck up. Niggas, y'all wouldn't know what the fuck I was. I wouldn't give a fuck what y'all thought I was.
So let's go to sports track, right? In there, we ain't gonna stay on Kwame too long. He already been crying all day on the internet.
Don't want him to come after us. Sorry, Mr. Brown.
All right. Rookie year. Let me see. The rookie contract was 4 years, $17 million. He made $17.2 million with Washington. Over the 3 seasons he was with the Lakers, he made $16.4 million. The 1 season he played with the Grizzlies, he made $9.0 $7.5 million. 2 seasons with Detroit, he made $8 million, so he made $4 million a year. With the Bobcats, Charlotte Bobcats, okay, he made 1.29. So as sorry as you was,
got paid.
Niggas was paying you.
But that's the glory about the NBA. It's a lot of niggas that's on the bench. They get paid.
Making bank. And these contracts are guaranteed.
Right.
So you getting all your bread. No matter where they trade you to, you finna get all your bread and incentives. You know what I'm saying? So you made over a 13-year career. You have made $63,256,405. Now, I'm pretty good at math, right? Let me see. 63,256,405 divided by 13. So you average about $5 million a year. 4.865 a year. So you've made roughly more than a small country makes in a decade. Man, stop fucking crying, Kwame Brown.
Oh, one joke.
And it wasn't even that serious. But anyway. And then what I don't like, though, in Kwame Brown's defense, I don't like how Charlamagne went on the Breakfast Club and was talking about his brother, talking about his mom, talking about, his brother did this, his daddy did this. But ain't nobody know that. We ain't need to know that either.
Right, because I damn sure wasn't going to Google it. Like I said, bro, I ain't heard from Kwame Brown in a very long time. I ain't had no reason to go on Google and Google it, like,
none,
just to type in his name.
None.
Like, bro, y'all need to relax. It's a joke, bro. We all get joned on from time to time. It's okay.
I get called fat every day on Twitter.
I get called bald.
Yeah, don't bother me at all.
Right.
Doesn't bother me at all.
I get pussy, so it don't.
I'm trying to tell you. So, it was a lot of talk about threesomes this week. So, I have a question for you. Do you think that your spouse will ever give you a threesome?
Nah. Hell no. Now you gonna go down that road.
You ain't even gonna ask.
Nah.
What if she surprised you one day?
It's not gonna happen.
Okay, let's live in hypothetical land for a minute.
It's not gonna happen. Now go ahead.
Let's say she did. For the sake of a conversation, let's say she did. What type of woman do you think she would pick?
It had to be somebody with a big ass.
Okay.
I know that she'll point out a big ass in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. Oh, babe, look at her. She got a fat ass.
She said that to you?
Yeah.
I never would have knew that.
Now, do I look? Sometimes. But not immediately.
Right. Okay.
That'd be like the only, I couldn't tell you like that I just know she like, oh, she got a big ass.
Yeah.
I wish I had an ass like that.
Got you.
But I mean, she too territorial for that shit.
Yeah, most women are. Most women that are in love are. I seen some comments today, girls saying, I like you too much to share. Mm-hmm. I get it. I know a lot of the men don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand what you mean. And that's why I always say threesomes aren't for relationships. Threesomes are when you're out and you're enjoying life. You single, you get into the bag, you getting you some money. You're not committed to nobody. That's the time where you're supposed to have that type of fun, explore, all of that good shit. Me, I already know the answer to that, and it's no. She shares sentiments with Sierra. We've talked about it. She already said, nah, that ain't what I'm on. She always say, she said girls don't wash good, so nah, we ain't having no.
It's a shame that they know shit like that.
She said girls don't have good hygiene, so nah, we not having no musty threesome.
Bring that tart ass pussy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I mean, I done been down that road, so it's not nothing that I'm just like, oh man, I ain't never gonna have a threesome again. It like you have one. Once you have one, you've satisfied the appetite to have it. You hear people talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you have it with. Very true. For those of you who have not had one, I suggest you have one with one lesbian and one straight girl. you will have the time of your life.
I think that's the only. But the thing is, what niggas don't understand is like I think we talked about this shit before. Mm-hmm. They have their own fantasies. Like, what if she want to bring another nigga in the room?
Yeah.
Now she blowing your girl back out. You sit in the corner like
you gonna get punched in your chest. You ever suggest it be 2 dicks in the room and when I'm there? No. To me, again, that's not a threesome. A threesome a threesome is, and I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me. A threesome is 3 people having sex with each other. Okay? In a threesome with a man and 2 women, that's why I say pick you a lesbian and a straight girl, not a dyke. Let me make that very clear.
Yeah, because she go
a lesbian. Yeah. A lesbian, somebody that like to eat pussy, somebody that like girls, attracted to girls. She don't even got to really be a lesbian. Just somebody who's attracted to girls and not afraid to explore women. They're going to have sex. Mm-hmm. Then you get to pick and choose which one of them you want to have sex with as well. Right. So it's like everybody is tending to somebody.
Right.
If it's 2 dicks in the room, it's only one person that's enjoying everybody. You can take a guess who that person is, because the damn show won't be me, because I won't be there. And I will hope it ain't him.
That nigga gay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that in a situation like that, the girl is enjoying both men, but the men, if you're not attracted to men, or you're not finna be on the other side of the room with this nigga at.
Right.
He'll probably be in the front, you in the back. She doing what she doing. You getting ran, ma'am. That's a train.
I don't even know if I can look at you to say.
Hey man, we're not here to judge. We just here to lay down the law.
I'm judging.
I'm lying when I say I'm not judging. I'm lying my ass off.
Everybody got to go.
I am judging you. Yes, I am. If you want to have sex with that, and that's a lot of women's fantasy. I've seen that a lot on Twitter too. A lot of girls are not afraid to say that they are. It used to be taboo,
right?
They not afraid to say that they want to be with 2 men, which is cool. Like if that's what you in, I would love to be with 2 women. That's my fantasy. But I did the whole run the train on the girl shit in college. That shit was. I ain't trying to do that shit right now. Not at all. Nah. It's only 2 people in the room now.
Do you invite the third person to your crib where y'all got to go to like a hotel, Airbnb, or some shit?
I've had, in the few times that I've had one has been in my house, not the house that I live in now. Mm-hmm. Okay, another house.
Clean it up, nigga.
Yeah, not the house that I live in now. One has been at my former home. One has been at a home of one of the girls. One has been at a hotel. And then one has been at somebody else's house, like somebody else's crib. So I think I had 4. Yeah. So, it happens, man. It's cool. It's cool. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I wasn't excited to have all 4 of them, because I was. But after you have them, it's just like, okay, you kind of know. After you do the first one, you kind of know what to expect for them, and you know kind of how to set it up. That'd be the biggest thing, like getting over that hump of knowing how to initiate or set it up. My first one, it was brought to me. Mm-hmm. But I saw how it went down, which prepared me for the second, third, and fourth. So it's almost like on-the-job training.
See, and that's what I'm scared about, because I can't. That's not something I can present. She would have to present that to me, but I already know.
I'm telling you not to.
That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit is gone. Like,
yeah. So, once you get over the step of getting all parties on the same page, once you're in the room, this is how I suggest every male do. Once y'all have already established that it's going down, make sure you have you something to drink. Make sure it's a comfortable atmosphere. And then you walk in first butt-ass naked. Hey, man, listen, we already know why we here.
Right.
It's no need to play around. It's no need for everybody to be
turn
shy.
The TV on, nothing.
Listen, we're going to put the bottle is downstairs. The ice is downstairs. Get you whatever you want to drink. Feel comfortable. If you got to do jumping jacks, what the fuck ever else?
Nah, don't do jumping jacks.
Yeah, it might cause a little funk. But listen, after you finish doing whatever preparatory things that you need to do, come upstairs because it's game time. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it.
It's going down.
Let's get to it. Like, I'm just telling you, like, whenever everybody get there, somebody got to take the lead and take some initiative. So to me, I think it's better when the man does it. Drop your drawers. Get butt ass naked and then let them see that you comfortable, and that will make them comfortable as well.
Yeah, it's never going to happen for me.
I remember one time. I don't know if I should say this.
Don't be pussy.
So one time, you know what I'm saying? It was going down. Well, it was set up to go down. One of the girls were running late. Mm-hmm. So when she got to the destination, she had to take a shower. Mm-hmm. So me and the other person was already there. Everybody was already ready, drinking and having a good time and shit like that. So the girl went to take a shower. She came back. We was already fucking. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, listen, you took too long. Now you need to get in where you fit in. Come on in. No need to say hi.
Right.
No need to introduce yourself. Just get on in here and join the fun. And it turned out to be a pretty interesting evening. And they both spent the night. So then in the morning,
did it all over again.
So I said that to say it is a milestone in a man's career. It may be a milestone in a woman's career if she is into girls and stuff like that. That's cool. All I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, get that shit out of your system before you get into a relationship. Because bringing up that kind of topic with somebody who really, really loves you or really is feeling you or into you and don't want to share, that could derail y'all relationship.
Right.
It really could. I'm not suggesting that anybody in a relationship suggests a threesome to their significant other unless you know your bitch just freaky like that. And even still then, I don't recommend
You better let her bring that shit up.
Yeah, she got to bring that shit up. But, all right. So, we got a topic. And you got the topic, right?
I do.
What you got?
So boom, you trying to commit, but it's not your typical person you'll go after. So if a person is not your type, is that considered settling? And we can talk about from the physical to the mental to spiritually or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, types like. Cause I know for me, like, I had a type when I was younger, because I was dark skinned. So like, I want a light skinned woman, which I'm married to a light skinned woman, but you know, it's deeper than that.
You said that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But like, as I got older, like, women come, especially black women, they come in different colors, different sizes, and they all like, black women are just beautiful,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So. If I could hit the reset button, you know, hypothetically speaking, like, I would give women more chances,
right?
Not because you dark skin, I can't holler at you, or because you caramel, I can't holler at you. You know what I'm saying? Anything darker than me, I probably wouldn't even look in your direction. Back then, yeah, okay. But now it's like, oh, you're pretty. You know what I'm saying? You're sexy. You know, whatever. But I can't settle on the mental aspect. You know what I'm saying? I gotta know, like, spiritually, like, of course I want you to be into, you know, God and stuff like that. But I'm not saying you gotta be like the church goer and shit, you know, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But one thing I cannot settle on is the mental. Like, me and you we gotta connect somehow. Yep. Like, bills gotta get paid. How you feel about kids? And these different scenarios, especially with kids, like, how do you see yourself raising them? Mm-hmm. And if we clashing, or even before they even get here or whatever, we just having casual conversation and we not meshing, I gotta go. Okay. So
okay. I feel we all settle because there's no such thing as a perfect individual.
True.
So when you talk about selecting somebody that you want to be with, selecting somebody that you want to start a relationship with, or even a situationship, you're going to settle for something. Mm-hmm. You're going to settle. You're gonna settle for something that that is lacking. You know what I'm saying? So, and what you settle on depends on what you currently are lacking. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, let's say if I'm not a great communicator, I'm gonna want somebody that can communicate. So that's not an area that I'm going to settle in. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to settle in an area where somebody who communicates worse than I do. That's just relationship sabotage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we all settle, but we should settle in areas that don't impact us. So like, hey, let me see, how can I say this? I wouldn't settle in an area that is tremendously impactful. Like, so if you want kids, if you dating and you don't have any kids, the individual got kids already and don't want no more kids, don't settle.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't. That's not somebody that you're going to adapt to and mesh with well, because in the back of your mind, or forefront of your mind, you always gonna want kids, and you always know that they don't want anymore.
Right.
So that's not a situation that I would recommend you be in. Now, if you get into a situation and they got kids and they're willing to have more kids, and you want kids, but they may lack in other areas, like smaller areas, like, oh, they don't cook as much.
Right.
Like, to me, all of those things can be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole domestic thing, you can learn how to cook. You know what I'm saying? You can learn how to clean. You can learn how to, you can learn how to communicate. It may take some time.
True.
But whether or not you want to put in the effort and the time for that, what you're lacking, is the true question. Mm-hmm. I don't, it's a lot of shit that I probably just wouldn't settle for. Like, I'm not settling for nobody that don't talk. Like, we gonna have to talk. We gonna have to communicate. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to be on that level intellectually. If we're not, you have no place in my life. We have to be able to relate on levels of finances, on levels of kids and parenting, and on levels of what we want our future to be. If you can hit those points, for me, shit, to me it don't really matter. Nothing else really matter. Like, we could work on the cooking shit. We could work on the cleaning shit. I'm a clean person. I cook. I'm not finna be doing that shit all the time, and you will hear about it.
Right.
So fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Get that shit out your brain now. Like, hey, you gonna come over here. You gonna cook. I'm gonna cook. You gonna clean. I'm gonna clean. And we gonna figure the rest of that shit out.
Right. Now, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So I got a question. So, you bring a chick home. She not the typical type. Every time Nick bring a girl home, not saying you brought a lot of girls home, just hypothetical situation, ladies. Mm-hmm. She not as fit as the other chicks.
So she fat.
I want to say she thicker.
So she fat.
She a cheeseburger away.
Okay. Somebody
say, "Damn, Nick, you done fell off."
Damn. I don't think nobody ever said that to me. But I get where you're going. Mm-hmm. How do I handle that?
Yes.
I'm checking that person. Mm-hmm. Yo, this is who I'm with. Watch your fucking mouth. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. If I'm dating her, if she was big when you seen her,
right,
that means she been big.
Right.
That mean I like her being big.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep your fucking mouth closed.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Damn, nigga, you don't fell off.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Her weight don't got shit to do with you.
Right.
It don't have nothing to do with you. As long as I like who she is, it shouldn't matter. Mm-hmm. But I'm not really attracted to bigger women like that. So
I feel you.
Not in public.
You going to hell.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Nah, I think like being. I think we all. I kind of agree with what you said earlier. We all settle for something.
Yeah.
Whether it's sexual compatibility, like you might meet a real nice chick. She just okay in the bedroom.
Okay.
She just you ain't freaky.
What's freaky? Cause you know me. I don't need a whole bunch of shit that make me satisfied. Right. So, what would be not freaky to you so that I could get a sense of what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's one thing that you know you gotta have, sexual wise?
Okay. She just don't. She not the head giver.
Oh, nah, we're not gonna make it.
You were asking. She was like, okay, I don't mind.
Nah, we're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Not gonna make it. Nope. You finna suck some dick. I'm sorry if that didn't come out right, but nah, cause I'm gonna eat pussy.
Right.
We finna be some oral giving people. Okay, that's what we is finna be. All this other shit that you talking about, not even gonna. It don't even matter to me because, you know what I'm saying. It. This is how I like to show affection. And I would want somebody to reciprocate that affection to me as well. Mm-hmm. If that's not what you want, I guarantee you we're not going to make it out the talking stage.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. So, did I answer your question?
You did. You did. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. Like, but, I mean, because I've had to learn a lot of shit. My spouse she's learned a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And it's just the evolution of just being with somebody long term and understanding what it takes. Like this shit is a process. Like this shit don't stop. Mm-hmm. Like just constantly picking up ideas,
right?
Having to spice shit up, having to know when your partner is not in the best of moods. So now you got to cook dinner, even though it wasn't your night to cook dinner.
Absolutely.
You know that's a lot of shit that people don't. You know, people don't see. Oh, she she might be a little tired, so I got to clean the bathrooms, even though that ain't my job. Like, it's just a lot of shit that people don't see that goes on in relationships that you think, like, it may be settling, but it ain't really settling. It's just everybody pulling their weight. Because a lot of times, like, I don't feel like doing shit, and she may end up doing it or whatever. So as far as settling, like, I think you just gotta know how to play. You gotta play your cards right, and you gotta look for them. You gotta look for them flags, and if you don't, then you're gonna be fucked.
What I like what you said about balancing, picking up when your so-called spouse or significant other isn't feeling the best. It's a balancing act. I was talking about it was an article that my girlfriend was giving me about the roles in households now. Mm-hmm. Like, more men are now more domesticated.
It's funny that you bring it up.
You know what I'm saying? More men are stay-at-home dads. More men are cleaning up the house more, cooking more, taking care of the kids more. So when she was discussing the article with me, the first thing I thought about was, oh, I know why, because women are making more money. Mm-hmm. Women are now becoming more of the breadwinner in these households, which leads me to believe that men are losing their drive. And when I say men are losing their drive, they're settling for being taken care of. Which, if that's what you want, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you comfortable and that works for y'all relationship, perfectly fine with me. You know what I'm saying? This is not a bashing session. I'm not, pointing nobody out or nothing. I just know I couldn't live like that. Mm-hmm. I was raised by a breadwinner and a helpmeet. My father was the breadwinner. My mother was the helpmeet. My mother picked up all of the things that my dad lacked in. So whether it was cooking, cleaning, you know what I'm saying? When it was time to go to barbershops, my mom would take us to the barbershop and my dad couldn't, or meet us somewhere to halfway so he didn't have to drive all the way here to pick us up. My dad was very active in my life. However, my mom was the catalyst of a lot of that activity.
Right.
And I now, from the article that we were discussing, those roles are now changing. The man is now being the catalyst while the woman is making the bread. Mm-hmm. Which, if it works for your household, that's cool, you know. But I also think that men, all of us, need to look ourselves in the mirror and really truly assess who we are and what we bring to the table, because I think that's getting lost amongst a lot of men. You know what I'm saying? Nobody at this table, of course, because we both breadwinners. Right. But other men, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, okay, you cut the crust off too. Right. No, my son asked me. Quick side note: Kai asked me to next time I make him toast to cut the fucking crust off his bread.
Chase the same.
I looked at that nigga like he was crazy.
Chase the same.
Bitch, do I look like what's the maid from the Brady Bunch?
I don't, bro. I ain't seen this shit.
It was Allison.
Maybe. Chase the same way though. Like he's like, I send him sandwiches to school.
Yeah.
Daddy, can you take the crust off? Maybe you eat that shit.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, but it's funny that you brought that up though. So we went out for Mother's Day, and my brother-in-law brought the same conversation up. Mm-hmm. And my immediate response, because me and Sierra was kind of beefing, I was like, women they need us to be more emotional. Yeah. And I wasn't if I can do it again, I would phrase it different. Right. But my sentiments are the same. Like niggas can't go to work no more and come home and be like, I'm gonna put my feet up. Yeah. Like you gotta be in tune with your woman now. Right. You gotta like know her love languages and know what she like to do. Oh yeah. Like you gotta go kiss her on the cheek if that's what she like, or come up from behind and rub your dick on her booty and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like women, they're more vocal about what they want than what our grandparents were. Yeah, granddaddy wouldn't have made it in this era. Nah, hell no. Bitch, I washed your car, so be happy. Like granddaddy wouldn't have made it. I don't give a fuck how many cows you milk today, nigga. You better come hold my hand. Right. Like that, but I said it so fast, and Sierra kind of chuckled. And I was like, nah, I'm being serious because y'all acquire so much attention. And I'm not saying our grandmothers didn't, but they weren't vocal. Right. Y'all are vocal about what y'all want. But they settled. I think. Mm-hmm. I think let me see. Can you settle if it's arranged? Yeah. It's forced. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I think from like the 40s all the way up to maybe like probably the early 90s. Nah, probably like 69. 69, right before 70, because 1970 you got, no, let's go up a little bit more. Probably like 78. Mm-hmm. Because when you get to 78 and then 79 and 80, you get bitches that's like 5 years older than me. So these older women know what they want. Like, like women that's 5 years, 6 years older than me or whatever, they talk about love language and they talk about these kind of things. Mm-hmm. Because of course they weren't used to it. But I would say I'd say 75 on back. Didn't give a fuck about love language. They settled a lot. Like, there was a lot of arranged marriages. It was a lot of these niggas that was truck drivers. I give you 2 cows for your wife, for your daughter. They was in the fucking military. Niggas went off to Afghanistan, to Iraq, and they was in what Uncle Woody was in? Vietnam and all this other shit. Came home and they did construction. Right. They did police officer. They did, you know what I'm saying, truck driving. Yeah, mm-hmm. All of these things, and they made money. They brought the money home. Hey, here, woman, here go the money. You do whatever you need to do with it. Leave me alone. Just make sure you have my dinner on the table at 6:30. Correct. Them niggas right there wouldn't have made it. They wouldn't have made it in the 80s, in the 90s. And they wouldn't have. Hell nah. I don't think so. They wouldn't have, not in the 80s and 90s. They wouldn't have made it today. Right. With that kind of mentality, because like you said, women demand more. It ain't no more like settling like that. Like, these chicks is coming out of school. They making 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 grand. They doctors, they lawyers, they going to law school, they nurses. You know what I'm saying? They coming out, they making checks. But also you got to meet me somewhat halfway with money wise, But then you have to feed into all the other shit that I want to do. I want to travel.
And you know what's funny? It ain't even halfway no more. It's if you don't have what I have or more,
Nigga, I'm hitting it.
you gotta go.
And it's somebody, I'm not gonna name no names. It's somebody, we'll talk about this shit off air. It's somebody that's around that cries for a woman all the time, but has a mentality of a nigga from like the 60s. You'll never get anywhere when you act like that. You'll be by yourself. Now, and I'm speaking from experience. I had to learn how to change, bro. Like, you're not just gonna come in this house and not say shit to me.
It's hard. It is. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you see you've been y'all come 10 years. Yeah. So
couple weeks,
10 years, right? So when you see you got your foundation. Even though y'all are just kind of, I would say, like in recent years, developing what y'all routine is.
right?
But you've been pretty much with the same person for the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody like me to be in and out of relationships and go from being with somebody to having to learn how to be by myself, to meeting somebody, then going back to being in a relationship, then breaking up, then the back and forth is extremely hard to find stability in all of that. So going back to your point, what you were saying about settling, like, do you settle? Bitch, yes, I settled a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what I want. I didn't know what I want. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I want. I didn't know, it was times where shit, I'll be sitting in here in the dark with a candle going. I want somebody here, but I don't want them to stay too long. Just being honest. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody here, and then when they get here, I'm ready for them to leave. You know what I'm saying? Or I want somebody to come fulfill a physical need, and then after that, I may want you to stay, I may not want you to stay. It's a lot of like just back and forth, and it's tough trying to find what you really want. And everybody always say, "Oh, you got to take time for yourself." Man, shut the fuck up. No, you don't. You learn what you want by dating people. That's how you learn. You learn what you don't like by going out with multiple people. I'm not saying you gotta sleep with everybody. But date people. Go out with bitches. Have conversations. Occasionally fuck people to see what you like. See what this person do. See what this person don't do. Of course, protect yourself. But see what the fuck you like. So you know what you don't like and know what you won't settle for.
Right. Yeah, bitch, don't put your tongue in my booty like that. Shit weird.
Hey, man, I thought it was quite weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting that.
But I think people got to learn how to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Right.
It don't have to be sexually.
Yeah.
It could be cooking and like, you don't cook enough. But I don't want you to be mad. You know what I'm saying? When I say you don't cook enough.
There's a way to say that, though.
But I'm just saying, like, you got to have that, that uncomfortable conversation. Like, every time I come over, like, I cook. When I come to your crib, we eat McDonald's.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Right, like.
Yeah, we're not doing it. No. You finna cook. Or say, babe, I love when you cook X. Can you do that more?
Right. Or have you learned any other things?
No, don't say that.
No, you can't cook me the same meal all the time. Like, bitch, I don't like lasagna all the time.
I got you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, or suggest, hey, can we cook together? I saw this. I want to make it so we can enjoy it together. Like, I'm slowly realizing, bro, that words mean things. This is off topic, you know what I'm saying? We could close after this. I had a fucking conversation with a motherfucker that is twice my age, right?
That nigga old as dirt.
And it's a woman. She reports to me. So the conversation was about respecting the position that I hold and insubordination. The issue that I had with the individual was every time I gave her a directive, not every time, but they happened more than it should have. Instead of talking to me about the directive, if she disagreed or it was in contrary to what somebody above us said, she went directly to our director, who was my boss, to discuss it. And to me, that's insubordination. So we had a meeting with her, me, and my boss this past week, and we were discussing, hey, listen, let me explain something to you. And this is, I said it just like this verbatim. I said I didn't get here in this position not knowing what I'm talking about. I said we're sitting in front of my director. She knows what I'm capable of, and she would have never appointed me to this position if I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
So for you to go above me when I give you a directive straight to her, it shows that you have no respect for this position. Fuck how you feel about me. Mm-hmm. Respect the title that comes behind my name. I didn't get this far not knowing what I'm talking about. So if you disagree with something that I say, I don't have a problem with that. Let's discuss it. Hey, this isn't contrary to what I heard here. I just want to know what the difference is and how I can move forward. I don't have a problem with that. I disagree with people all the time, and I correct myself all the time. But when you go above me and you do that, you take away the opportunity for me to learn, number one, how to lead.
Right.
And learn, number two, the position that I'm in, and that's unfair. So she went into talking about how, I just be wanting to make sure that this and that, blah, blah, blah. Because if you tell me to do something, but I know it's in contrary to what she said, I'm going to go talk to her. I said, and see, that's where you're wrong. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not telling you don't have to agree. I'm not telling you to agree with everything I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a way to do it. So if you disagree with what I'm saying, you tell me.
Right.
I'll take it to her, discuss it, and then I'll bring it back to you and say, hey, I discussed it with my director. This is how we'll move forward. That's called chain of command. Mm-hmm. And what you're not doing is respecting chain of command. And that conversation was more productive than I thought it would be. And it turned out to be a real good thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I said all of that to say, and I know it's a little long-winded, communication is very important in every generation because, again, this a baby boomer that I was talking to. This motherfucker old, she twice my age. She's my daddy age, damn near. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is stubborn. And then to have a 36-year-old as your manager, it's like you probably looking at me like, oh, this little young nigga don't know what he talking about. Yeah. Actually, I do.
Young whippersnapper.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
Communication.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So you may settle, you may not. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you don't. But if you do settle, hopefully you're settling for something that isn't detrimental to your future. Don't settle for no big ticket items. You know what I'm saying? Sucking dick is a big ticket item. Don't settle for not sucking dick. Okay? Don't settle for not cooking. Okay? Even though I said what I said earlier, fuck all that. If she's not cooking, if she don't want to cook early, get on that ass early. Yo, let's try some shit. Let's figure this out. Don't wait till later to complain that she don't cook when she wasn't cooking when y'all first started fucking.
That's how I feel about new employees. Like, bro, if you running late, you can't, nigga, we gonna fix this shit.
Right.
I can't complain about the shit like when you 6 months, a year in. No, we gonna fix this shit now. Be here on time, nigga.
Right.
Cook. Fuck. Like,
yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Hey man.
You gotta talk about this shit. There's a lot of uncomfortable conversations that we glaze over, and we want to take it to our barber, our homeboy, our homegirl. Nah, nigga, you better go to that nigga because that's the nigga you fucking. You think you gonna hear this shit from his barber?
Yeah, man. Listen, man. This is the Ignant Agenda. Thank y'all for listening. I'm your boy, way more fly than you. 1 you on Instagram. Way more fly than you. 2 U's on Twitter. Your baby mama's favorite single father.
Lil Dirt 88 on Twitter. Junior Dirt _88 on IG.
Thank y'all for listening to us.